Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Learn English channel. I'm Dr. Ibrahimi, helping you to learn English better and faster. سلام دوستان عزیز، دکتر عزیزالله ابراهیمی هستم و شما را در راستای آموزش زبان انگلیسی با سرعت بهتر و کیفیت عالی همراهی میکنم. چینل ما را دنبال بکنید، ویدیوهای ما را که انشالله در زودترین فرصت میتونین که تغییرات خوبی را در خود ببینید. خب درسای ما طبق که در ویدیوهای قبلی صحبت کردیم parts of speech یا اجزای کلام بود که اجزای کلام را با تمام جزئیاتش یک ریویو کردیم یا یک مرور گذرا داشتیم به اجزای کلام. امروز درسی را که رویش بحث میکنیم یکی از اساسی ترین موضوعات زبان انگلیسی است که اجزای جمله می باشه. Okay guys, today we are learning about parts of sentence, one of the most important parts in English learning. As you have studied before something about parts of speech, that you said, or we have discussed that parts of speech is the basic words of a language, but today we are learning about the sentence structure, or exactly we are learning parts of sentence. Okay, parts of sentence is also like parts of speech. So parts of sentence, اجزای جمله یا parts of sentence. خب دوستان، اهمیت اجزای جمله یا parts of sentence بسیار مهم و اساسی می باشه که شما باید یاد بگیرین. با دو دیدگاه دارین در بخش اجزای جمله، دیدگاه اول و دیدگاه دوم. دیدگاه اول ما است که ما اجزای جمله را به دو کاتگوری و به دو بخش تقسیم میکنیم. We classify parts of sentence into two parts. We have subject and we have predicate. Subject and predicate، مبتدا و خبر. Subject به معنای مبتدا و predicate یعنی خبر. خب این یک دیدگاه هست که جمله را به دو بخش تقسیم میکنه که subject و predicate است. Now let's talk about this, that what is subject and what is predicate. خب میبینیم که subject چی است و predicate چی است. خب نام دیگه subject چی است؟ فاعل. What is subject؟ فاعل چی است؟ Subject is the something that we talk about, something that we talk about. Subject is something that we talk about. میگه subject یا فاعل عبارت از چیزی است که ما درباره‌اش صحبت میکنیم. این چیه؟ subject است. predicate چی است؟ predicate میگه که predicate is something that told about subject. Something that is told about subject is called predicate. So what is predicate? Predicate is something that is told about the subject. هر آن چیزی که در رابطه با subject معلومات ارائه میکنه یا subject clarify یا وضاحت میبخشه او رو به نام خبر یاد میکنیم. Let's see an example. خب یک مثال میبینیم. For example, we say that Ali is my friend. Ali is my friend. And here you see that we have a subject and we have predicate. So what is subject? Ali. We are talking about Ali. So Ali is what? The subject. And whatever we talk about Ali is the predicate. So from here up to here, it is the predicate. It talks about Ali. So this is the predicate and this is the subject. خب دوستان عزیز، طوری که گفتیم subject یا فاعل عبارت از چیزی است و یا کسی است که درباره از صحبت میکنیم و predicate یا خبر عبارت از امو موضوعات یا چیزی است که ما در رابطه با subject میگیم. یعنی هر چیزی که بعد از subject میه او رو ما به نام خبر یاد میکنیم یا predicate. Okay, another perspective that we have is that we classify the sentence into four parts. We classify the sentence into how many parts? Four parts. We classify our sentence into how many parts? Into four parts. The first part of the sentence is the subject. The second part of the sentence is verb, object, and complement. So from this point of view, or from this perspective, we say that a sentence has four parts. A sentence, how many parts? Four parts. Subject, verb, object and complement. So now let's see what is the subject. Subject, as I told you, it is something or someone that we talk about it, but in here we say for the subject three main definitions. The first definition for subject is what? It is the starter of sentence. A starter of sentence. What is the subject? It is the starter of the sentence. It starts the sentence. The first word of the sentence is what? The subject. Another one is, it is the doer of an action. Doer of action. Subject is the doer of an action. Okay? And finally, we say something. Let me write it completely. Something or someone that we talk about. That we talk about. So, previously I mentioned that a subject is the starter of the sentence, doer of an action, something or someone that we talk about, that is subject. So there's a question in your mind that if, for example, something that we talk about is that definition, and if we don't have these two other definitions, what will happen? So generally, if the thing that we're talking about has one of these characteristics, it is the subject of a sentence. خب عزیزان، سابجکت یا فاعل جمله را ما بر سه دیفینیشن یا سه تعریف داریم. یک، شروع کننده جمله یا آغاز کننده جمله را بر چی میگیم؟ سابجکت. تعریف دوم doer of an action، انجام دهنده یک عمل را بر چی میگیم؟ سابجکت یا فاعل جمله میگیم. و something or someone that we talk about، چیزی و یا کسی که ما درباره صحبت میکنیم هم میتونه چی باشه؟ سابجکت باشه. خب حالا بر شما با مثال واضح میسازیم. Let's see the example. For example, in here I say that we say Mr. Khan is great. Mr. Khan is great. Khan is great. In here you see that Khan is used at the beginning of the sentence. It is used at the beginning of the sentence. So it is the start of the sentence. One criteria. Another criteria, we say that it should be doer of an action. And here it's not the doer of an action, but it is someone that we talk about. It is someone that we talk about. So in here, who we are talking about? We are talking about Khan. So if we have exactly two of these criteria about that, so that is the subject. That is the subject. Another example. Another example, I say that Khan works in a bank. Khan works in a bank. And here we see that Khan is exactly having all of this criteria. It is the starter of the sentence, yeah, it is used at the beginning of the sentence. It is someone that doing an action, it means doer of an action. So what is Khan doing? He works in a bank. And finally, someone that we are talking about. Who we are talking about? We are talking about Khan. So in here, Khan has these all three characteristics. So that's why in here you see that this is the subject, start of the sentence, doer of an action, someone or something that we talk about. خب دوستان در این مثال شما مشاهده میکنین که Khan is great. میگه کان یک آدم عالی است. در اینجا خان در اول جمله استفاده شده. پس یکی از معیارهای ما رو پورا میکنه. یک معیار دیگه هم پورا میکنه که Khan is great. در اینجا کسی است که ما دربارش صحبت میکنیم. پس دو معیار که پورا میکنه در واقع سابجکت است. و دیگه ای که جمله شماره دو Khan works in a bank. کان در یک بانک کار میکنه. در اینجا هر سه کاراکتریستیک یا هر سه مشخصه را داره. هم شروع کننده جمله است، هم کسی و یا خب چیزی گفتن نمیدونم کسی است که دربارش صحبت میکنیم و فاینالی هم چی است؟ در آغاز جمله استفاده شده. خب یه بود درباره سابجکت. حالا میایم در رابطه با بخش دومی از جمله صحبت میکنیم. خب این بخش شما فهمیدین؟ So I'm going to clean subject and the example. Let's talk about another part of sentence, that is a verb. As you know better that in parts of speech also I told you that verb is a word that shows action, state of being. Action and state of being. So now in here we say that what is verb? So verb shows action. Shows what? Shows action. So verb shows action. In case of, for example, more details, we will talk about verbs. In the other videos, we will see the kinds of verb, all classifications of the verb we will discuss about it. So in here just you should know that it shows action or it shows what? Being. So the job or the function of the verb is to show action or being. For example, if I say that the previous example, I'm not going to repeat that, so I say another example. I say, for example, that you learn English. You learn English. In here, we see that our verb is learn. So this is an action. You learn English. So learn is a verb. خب دوستان verb یا فعل یکی از اجزای جمله است که در ویدیو قبلی گفتیم که verb نشان دهنده داشتن، عمل و یا بودن است. خب it shows action or being, or we can say it shows position. So you learn English. شما زبان انگلیسی را یاد میگیرید. در اینجا فعل ما چی است؟ آموختن. و آموختن خودش چی است؟ verb است و یکی از اجزای جمله است. در مورد از اینکه انواع فعل و در رابطه با فعل ما معلومات بیشتر را در ویدیوهایی که مختص به خود verb است ارائه میکنیم. خب بخش بعدی جمله another part of sentence is the object. Object, we should know about it. So what is object? So we can say that what is the object? We can say that we are doing the action, or it receives the action. What is the job of the object? So it is receiving the action. It means action is done on the object. Let's see this marker. You see this marker, yes? So I'm dropping this marker. You see I'm dropping this, but I'm again what? I'm picking up the marker. So in here, what am I doing? I have done an action. First I dropped the marker, then I picked up the marker. So I was a doer of an action, and the action was, so we had two actions. One action was dropping the marker, another action was picking up the marker. So what was the object? The marker. Dropped and picked up. So what did I do? I have done the action on the marker. So the marker is what? The object. So I see in here, I want to write it. I, for example, what? Picked up the marker. I picked up the marker. And here I'm the doer of an action, and whatever that receives the action is what? The marker. So marker is object, and I'm what? The doer of an action. So what is the action? Our action is what? Picking up. Picking up. خب عزیزان، object یا مفعول میگیم عبارت از کلمه است که گیرنده عمل است، یعنی عمل بالایش انجام میشه. به طور مثال I pick up the marker or I picked up the marker، یعنی من مارکر را برداشتم خودش فعل میشه و چیزی که برداشته میشه در واقع چی است؟ مارکر است. در مثال شما دیدین که من مارکر اول انداختم یک عمل و پس برداشت میشه. خب عملی که انجام شد چی بود؟ پرتاب کردن. چیزی که پرتاب شد مارکر بود و چیزی که برداشته شد هم مارکر بود. پس مارکر چی است؟ It is the receiver of an action. Another example, for example, I'm the doer of an action and you are exactly the receiver of an action. So how? For example, I'm teaching you English. So in here, I'm the doer of an action and the action is teaching, and someone who receives that is what? The object. Finally, complement. What is complement? This is the last part of the sentence and one of the most important parts of the sentence, because most of the students are getting confused how to differentiate the object from complement. So what is complement? So complement is clear from its it means physical appearance, that this complement exactly completes the meaning of what? Completes the meaning of sentence. What's the job of complement? It completes the meaning of a sentence. So it is something that giving more meaning to the sentence, or it is more completing the sentence. So it completes the meaning of the sentence. This is the definition of the complement. So I want to just write an example here. So you see here, example of complement. I say that I work for 3 hours. I work for 3 hours. I work for 3 hours, and here we have subject, we have the verb, and for 3 hours is exactly what? Our complement. So you will say, or you will have a question that what's the difference between object and complement, and this is really important to know what the difference of object and complement is. So we will talk about it later. خب عزیزان کامپلیمنت یا تکمیل کننده عبارت از کلماتی هستند که معنای جمله رو تکمیل میکنه. Completes the meaning of a sentence. به طور مثال I work here، یعنی من اینجا برای چی؟ I work for 3 hours، یعنی من به مدت 3 ساعت اینجا کار میکنم. خب در واقع به مدت 3 ساعت اینجا کار میکنم کامپلیمنت میشه و work فعل ما میشه و I am چی؟ subject. Okay, now let's learn about the difference between object and complement, and how should we understand that whether something that comes after the verb is object or complement. Okay, let's see that. Oh my god. Okay, let's see what's the difference between object and complement is. So before we talk about that, we should have a structure for the sentence. So you see, first we have subject, then we have the verb. This is really important, that what comes after our verb. Subject plus verb, and what comes after the verb. So I give you some marks that if you see those marks, definitely you say that that is a complement, it's not object. So what is that? If you have subject plus verb plus number 1, you have adverb of place. If you have adverb of place, if you have adverb of time or time expression, if you have time expression or adverb of time, if you have adverb of manner, if you have adverb of manner, and if you have preposition or prepositional phrase, if you have prepositional phrase, and finally if you have adjective of quality, if you have adjective of quality, if you have these 5 things after your verb, definitely you should say that from here up to here it is complement. So we have subject plus verb plus complement. But if, for example, you do not have that, instead of that you have, for example, a noun, if you have a noun, or you have a pronoun, or definitely something that the action is done on that, at that time it will be object. So I will give you example about each of these things. Number 1, I say that, so the subject should be you. You are the subject, and our verb should be, for example, learn, and then we are writing a place. For example, you learn, for example, you learn at home. At home. You learn where? At home. And here, you learn at home, we have you as subject, learn is the verb, and at home is what? This is a place where you learn. Okay? So in here, you should not say that in here we have subject plus verb plus object. In here we do not have any object, we have complement. Okay, so the first one. Number 2, adverb of time. For example, again I want to write this, you learn. You learn, for example, you learn by day. By day, not by night. You learn by day. So in here by day is what? It's an adverb of time, or it clarifies the time. Another one, adverb of manner. You say, I want to say that you learn, for example, what? You learn quickly. How you're learning quickly. In here, after our learn, we have what? Adverb of manner. How you're learning quickly. So this quickly is what? Adverb of manner, and this is a complement. Prepositional phrase. There should be something that, what is a prepositional phrase? If you have a preposition at the beginning of your phrase, that is prepositional phrase. For example, I say that you, for example, watch this video. You watch this for learning You watch this for learning. You watch this video for learning. So in here, you watch this for learning. For what? For learning. In here, for is what? A preposition, okay? So if our phrase starts with a preposition, it's a prepositional phrase. Okay. If I drop this one, again there will be no difference. We should drop it somehow because we should not have any object. So, you watch for learning. What do you watch this video for? You watch for learning. Watch for what? What's the purpose of watching? That's for learning. And finally, adjective of quality. Adjective of quality. For example, you are smart. Yeah, I'm definitely sure you are smart. And here, you are smart. Smart is what? It's an adjective of quality. So if we summarize it, we can say like this, that if you have after your verb, you have adverb of place, adverb of time, adverb of manner, prepositional phrase, and adjective of quality, you can definitely say that that is complement. It is not object. It is not object. So let's see some examples that you should have an object there. For example, I say that you learn, and instead of at home, I want to add an object. For example, I say you learn, for example, what? Physics. You learn what? Physics. And here, physics is what? It is a noun. And here, this is an object. It's not complement. Okay? You learn physics. Another one, for example, as I said, the pronoun. For example, you learn it. Instead of you learn, just I write it. So it is a pronoun. Okay? Or you can say you learn this, or you learn that. So these are what? Pronouns. So we can use it, this, that. So these are what? They can be object. You learn it, you learn this, you learn that. So if you have noun or pronoun, after that you can say that this is an object. So that's the difference between object and complement. خب دوستان عزیز، تفاوت بین object و کامپلمنت یا تفاوت بین مفعول و تکمیل کننده جمله چی است؟ خب اهمیت از این چی است؟ چرا ما باید بلد باشیم که فرق بین کامپلمنت و ابجکت چی است؟ خب یکی از موضوعات بسیار اساسی است که زمانی که شما در ویدیوهای بعدی یا در درس‌های بعدی که شما بخیر برسین، بحث اکتیو یا پاسیو مطرح میشه یا مجهول و معلوم مجهول. در اون زمان با شما نیاز پیدا میکنین که اجزای جمله رو درست شناسایی بکنین. و اگر شما object از کامپلمنت تفکیک کرده نتونین، به این معنی است که شما یک اکتیو یا جمله معلوم را به مجهول تبدیل کرده نمیتونین. به خاطر یک از اهمیت خاص برخوردار است. خب در قسمت شناسایی object و کامپلمنت ما یک سلسله مارک ها یا نشانه ها داریم. اگر در جمله ما شما سابجکت فاعل آمده باشه، بعد از ورب فعل ما آمده باشه، اگر هر چیزی که بعد از فعل، یعنی 5 چیز دیگه که بعد از فعل میآید، اگر شما اینا را داشتین 100% شما حکم میکنین که او چی است؟ تکمیل کننده است. آبجکت نیست. به هیچ وجه اونجا آبجکت وجود نداره. به طور مثال adverb of place یا قید مکان دیگه، هر جایی که مثلا یک عمل اجرا میشه، یا قید زمان time expression یا عبارت زمانی، و یا adverb of manner قید شیوه یا طریقه یا قید حالت برش میگیم. prepositional phrase عبارت حرف اضافه دار. عبارت حرف اضافه دار عبارت از علوم عبارتی است که با یک حرف اضافه شروع میشه، مثل for, about و on, in, under اینا. و دیگه adjective of quality یا صفت کیفی. صفت چی؟ کیفی یا کیفیتی یا quality. اگر ما این 5 چیز داشتیم بعد از فعل خود 100% ما حکم میکنیم که چی است؟ در جمله ما کامپلمنت است و آبجکت وجود نداره. و اگر آبجکت وجود داشته باشه در اون صورت بعد از کامپلمنت جزء تکمیل کننده محسوب میشه. خب you learn at home میگه شما در خانه یاد میگیرین، در خانه آموزش میبینین. در اینجا در واقع at home خودش چی است؟ یک قید مکان است و این مفعول نیست، تکمیل کننده است. یک چی است؟ قید مکان. در کجا؟ مثلا میشه بگیم you learn in the class. You learn in the class. دیگه you learn by day میگه شما از طرف روز آموزش میبینین. در واقع از طرف روز خودش چی است؟ یک قید زمانی است. دیگه چی است؟ you learn quickly میگه شما به صورت سریع یاد میگیرین. همین به صورت سریع خودش چی است؟ قید حالت است. و you watch for learning میگه شما تماشا میکنین به منظور for، به منظور آموزش. خب در اینجا for learning در واقع عبارت حرف اضافه دار است که با حرف اضافه شروع شده for. و you are smart شما مثلا چی؟ شما هوشیار یا هوشمند هستیم و در اینجا در واقع you are smart، در اینجا smart بعد از فعل ما آمده و چی هست؟ یک adjective of quality یا صفت کیفی است. خب امیدوارم فرق بین object و کامپلمنت فهمیده باشید. حالا میبینیم که در صورتی که 5 چیز نباشه جاگزینش گفتیم یا یک noun یک اسم یا یک pronoun میتونه باشه. pronoun یعنی چی؟ یک ضمیر. به طور مثال اگر ما اینجا داشته باشیم you learn physics، میگه شما فیزیک میآموزید. در اینجا بعد از learn یا بعد از آموزش در واقع ما چی داریم؟ فیزیکس داریم و فیزیک خودش چی است؟ یک اسم است. به اون خاطر ما اینو میگیم object است، کامپلمنت نیست. دیگه چی است؟ you learn it، میگه شما آن را یاد میگیرین یا این را یاد میگیرین یا آن را یاد میگیرین. خب اینا در واقع چی هستن؟ pronoun یا ضمایر هستن که شما هر کدومش میخواین استفاده کنین. غلط فهمی نشه که شما یک شی استفاده کنین، نه که باز بگین که you learn it this that. باز بگیم ما در ویدیو یاد گرفتیم که you learn it this that. No, just one of them, okay? یک شی باید استفاده بکنین. خب این بود تفاوت بین object و complement. یک بحث بسیار اساسی و مهم و امیدوار هستم شما دقت کرده باشین، به خاطر از اینکه در صورتی که شما تفاوت بین object و complement نفهمیده باشین در واقع در بحث اکتیو پاسیو یا در بخش معلوم مجهول با شما به مشکل مواجه میشین. باز هم در صورتی که نفهمیده باشین ویدیو را دوباره تماشا بکنین، بسیار واضح است. چیزهایی است که شما وقتی که ببینید در جمله بسیار واضح دیده میتونین. خب موضوع دیگه ای که خیلی مهم است انواع ابجکت است که بعداً صحبت میکنیم که انواع ابجکت چند نوع است، باز در موردش بحث میکنیم. Okay, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe our our channel and share the videos with your friends and keep trying and try to follow the videos, and one more thing that try to activate the bell. Okay, wish you all the best. Goodbye.